What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD, and we are here with a special episode of Excelsior Podcast. And we have Laajune, HighRuler, TrixRidiculous, and Sadot the Gamer, and we are all here to discuss the drama, the lies, just the controversy in general that's going on. No, we are not here to attack any dev, anybody like that. Andy, Phil, Layla, y'all are good here if y'all want to decide to watch. We're just going to discuss our personal feelings on what's going on with the community, with the game, and how they're rolling things out. You guys like to introduce yourself? You can start with you, Laajune, and Roker always right.
Y'all know the vibes, so you know.
This guy.
I'm thinking like on my stream. I say, you know the vibes. Hey, look, you know, y'all know who I am. You know what we here for. Well, you know what I'm here for. I got some stuff to get off my chest, but I appreciate it for you having me on this stream, dude.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming on, boss.
Yeah, my name's HighRuler. For anyone who doesn't know me by that, I used to run the channel Assemble Podcast, and then I rebranded, so now I'm just HighRuler. And yeah, shout out to everyone on this stream today. We're gonna talk about a lot of cool shit. Maybe not so cool, but yeah, appreciate Doom for organizing this and getting everyone on.
Thanks for coming on, my dude. Appreciate you.
Yo, guys,
Trix.
It's Trix. You guys already know. What else can I say? You know why we're here. Yo, happy to be here with all you guys. Thanks for the invite.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming on. Twin, let's go.
Hello, salutations. What it do? It's Stop the Gamer, all father, the Do-Rag Gang. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe. Let's get it.
I love that intro, yeah, bro.
He's got it down, you know.
No, it's like it's right there too, every time. All right, guys. The rollout, you know what I mean? Like, I did a video. I think it was yesterday. I wanted everybody to, do their videos, get their things off their chest, and then wait a day or so before we came together and discussed this. That way our emotions aren't on 20,000. We're all relaxed. We're cool. We've had time to think about it. We've already spat our version of what we wanted to spit. So I'm gonna start with you, Trix. How are you feeling about this whole situation, from the consumables to the lies about them not doing the whole, pay to win aspects of the game, boss? Talk to him, bro. Just talk to him.
Yeah, okay. So it's crazy. I'm of the stance that they should not have done it. I don't think it's a good move for the game. I think it cheapens the game, right? It makes it look like a mobile game in a way. As far as the lies, it's tough with that sort of thing, like that. I understand conditions change, and it was not anyone's decision. Whoever it was that got up on that stage that day, like, it was not their decision. Whoever wrote that that blog that originally said it was not their decision today to make this change. But overall, it's not something I think they should have done. I think it's going to alienate more players than I think it's going to benefit them. And realistically, I see it, if we're speaking specifically to the consumables, we're all veteran players here, right? We know that those XP boosts do nothing, right? We know that. So realistically, I feel like it's almost like a trap for newer players, right? It's almost a trap for them to try to get, spend a few bucks, get something. And, I usually, when it comes to any type of, microtransactions, I'm usually of the stance that if you like it, do you, like costumes, if you like it, go crazy. I don't need to like it for you to like it, whatever. But with the consumables, it's a little different, right? Because I think it's really only the uninformed players that are going to be buying them, right? And so that is the I guess I'll say the scumminess, right?
Well, you mind if I interject on that real quick, boss man? What I'm afraid of is, it's like, okay, they already nerfed the XP and said that it was overwhelming for players, right? Then they give us 4 XP. You know what I mean? So what are they going to nerf next? It's already talking about the fragments. Oh, these fragments are going to be useless. You're going to need this to do this. I just did a demonstration on my live stream, boss, where I showed how much it take, how many polychorons and whatnot that it took to level up one of the major artifacts just from 5 to 10. I was maxed out at 99. When I was done, I was down over 300. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna nerf everything. We won't be able to acquire them like we used to. Like you just go do a mission to get a bunch of polychronon, get a bunch of fragments, get a bunch of plasma, whatever. You know what I mean? If they nerf that, then it's gonna take us forever to level up our characters. So we're gonna be in a position. Okay, am I gonna spend either a month or so trying to get this character to 150? Or am I just going to stick with this main hero? Or am I going to go ahead and spend this money on this XP booster so I can level up at a proper timing? You know what I mean? That's what I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? Right now, you're with it where they don't do anything. But I'm like, at this point, if they keep nerfing and taking away, they will be doing something, boss man. That's just the fear I have. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody in the chat or anything like that, but. Like I played DCUO for years, bro, and I literally spent about $2,000, $3,000 playing a free-to-play game. The game is free to play, but I'm $3,000 down. You know what I mean? So
that DCO is different,
and that's all I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? So
it's a slippery slope, man.
You should be because it's happened. It's going to happen. You should be afraid.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. Continue, Sadot.
Bro. Continue. The writing is on the wall, bro. You think it's a coincidence that they're selling fragment extractors right now, right before they're about to do a resource rework where fragments are going to be more important than they are now? Come on, bro. You know what's about to happen. Right now, I'm sitting on literally 99,000 fragments.
Right.
The only thing I spend fragments on that I know is if I go to the gear vendor, I see some, pick it up, 600 fragments or something like that.
Right.
Nothing. I do my dailies and I'm back to 99,000.
Right. You're able to acquire them easily at this point, right?
Yep. Watch what's going to happen is watch that 99,000. Maybe now it's 1,000.
Oh,
and maybe now when you're trying to level up your gear to play the raid, got to get from 50 to 150 to 160, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe now it costs 200 fragments to level up. One piece of gear.
Anybody else want to interject on
maybe
this?
maybe the drop rates for fragments in the missions get updated because players are just overwhelmed by all the fragments they've been getting.
I would actually probably agree with that. Like the way it's probably going to work is what they originally had told us is that they were going to condense all the currencies now into fragments, the ones that you don't really use when it comes to upgrading your gear. So the idea there is that all your excess currency is going to be then consolidated into fragments, and then from there, obviously the cap would probably be raised at that point, right? The question is that if you're raising the cap, how much are you going to raise the requirements to level up your pieces of gear, right? And I think that's the worrying part when it comes to the fragments. So I would agree with Sadot that them obviously doing boosters for fragments right now, the writing's on the wall that it's probably might be needed, though I'd probably agree with Trix that it's probably going to be the newer players that are probably going to be falling into those traps and some of the more veteran players at that point as well.
June?
Look, I already got maxed out fragments. Like,
right?
You're about to have less, brother. You're about to have less, brother.
Look, I bet when I get some gear, now, don't some of the gear take fragments?
Mm-hmm.
You upgrading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could get that back in a day. Like it's for right now. Yeah, right now. You get it back in a day.
They're gonna be like, come up off them fragments, my brother. Let me hold something.
But if they about to, since with the updates they about to do to it, it's depending on what they do. If it's gonna be to a crazy extent, it, like I said, it's gonna be like for the newer players, it's gonna be a trap. But I think for the veteran players, since we've been playing for a long time, we know like what to, how to get fragments. It's not hard at all.
Right. That's because we know how to do it right now, June. That's what we're saying. We know how to do it right now, right? Everybody, all of us are in it. Not all of us, but a lot of the veteran players are in the same agreement. This sucks for new players. Bro, we're all about to be new players in about 2 months. because we have to level up from 150 to 175. So with the you feel me now? You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's noobish all over again, and that's 10 characters, including Spider-Man for us PS players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 10 characters, dude. Like I just said, bro, I literally just did a demonstration on stream how much it costs to raise a major artifact just 5 levels, from level 5 to 10. It wasn't even from 0 to 10, and I was down 300 polychron, bro. And if they nerf the way we acquire these fragments, which Sadot and Trix and even HighRuler are kind of all in agreement that is a possibility. We're not saying it will happen, but it's definitely a possibility, bro.
I'm saying it will happen. I'm going on record right now.
Okay,
how about this? Here's what we're not thinking, right? When these boosters first came out, the only thing that you could get was an XP booster.
Right.
And then they added the fragments.
Exactly.
So what's next?
Polychloron.
I've been saying that for all day.
They have.
Yeah, I've been saying
What
that
happens,
all
what
day
happens
long.
when you can buy the 2x Valor for 2 hours?
Oh my
Double your
god,
dollar.
bro! What if you have to purchase your damage boost, bro? Oh god! Trix, why did you go there, bro? Why did you open up this Pandora's box, my dude? Oh my god!
What they put the original Tachyon surge back in the marketplace?
Oh.
Yeah, you log in the marketplace. It's got exotics.
Bro. Oh God, no!
$10 for grip for the God roll grip for the storm.
Oh, you've been waiting for the opponent labs, right? $5, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We got
at this
it.
Point, if I could pay $5 to play Colonial Labs, they could have it, man.
Okay, cool. I hear you.
It's unfinished, man. It's unfinished.
Listen, I'll pay $5 for that unfinished piece of content. Give me something to do.
By the way,
God roll grip of the storm for $10, bro.
Yo, shout out to the community. We got like 100 people in the chat right now. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to my boy Doom Killer. Smash that like button, though. I don't like that ratio. Smash that like button. Come on, guys.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, twin. Thank you. What's good with it, Jay? What's good with it, Aqua? I see you out there, man. Appreciate it. All for the designs. We see you guys, man. It's kind of wild in here, so I mean, let us chop it up for a bit, and we'll go ahead and take some questions. How that sound? Is that good with y'all? Cool. Let's jump off of this for a second, because Trix really did get my nerves bad right now. Dude, that is damn, bro. You're right. I mean, what are they? No, let's go. Let's change the subject. Anyways, roadmap. Let's just discuss this. What's with this roadmap? Laajune, me and you discussed this on Excelsior last week, bro. We were discussing difficulty as far as the raid goes. HighRuler, I'd like to hear what you think modifiers wise, because we're out of the whole Tachyon thing. This is a whole Wakanda raid, you know, so there's no Tachyon blips or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping I should say, they're moving on from that. I call it fake difficulty, where you're getting, you know, you got to do this, and this also and play the mission. You know what I mean? So what do you think we're getting, boss?
In terms of modifiers for the raid, I, to be honest with you, it probably doesn't even matter. I don't know anyone who goes into a week-to-week or a day-to-day with Avengers right now and cares about the modifiers, right? Can anyone tell me what modifiers are for this week?
Nope.
No. Okay, then the answer is that it doesn't really matter. I don't know what they could really do on a week-to-week basis.
Hold up.
Hold up. Go ahead.
I know what they can do for the raid.
What you mean? Go.
As a modifier.
Uh-huh.
You know how much you hate the sonic status effect when it hits you?
Oh my god.
That's the modifier.
Probably the only one. Yeah, that's realistically that's probably the only one. But like that's probably it. So
bro,
the modifier is I can't play the game because I can't see shit.
There's that one modifier that really sucks. That
Which one?
When you take a big hit, you lose all your heroics.
Oh yeah.
You know
that one. Yeah, well, they used the hell out of that in the OLT though, man. I mean, them turrets, bro. Anyways, Jim, what you got?
Well, with the roadmap, you know how
This guy, bro.
You know how.
This boy trying to be too cool right now, bro.
You know how.
Would you just get some pussy, man? What you doing right now, bro?
We need a count.
I feel like Boone right now is very much just kind of like chill. He's kind of zen right now. He's like, fuck it, you know?
Bro,
Yeah, he really is on his
fucking. I'm in the fucking mood, to be honest.
For real, bro. You know what? Tell us how you really feeling, then, June. Tell us how you really feeling about everything.
That's my brothers.
Look, man.
Just for real, let it all out. For real, bro. We ain't got no time limit. Let's go.
On the roadmap. So look, I mean, we already see it, bro. Like all we got is the Raid and Spider-Man, bro.
All we have is the Raid and Spider-Man. Oh, they have the Raid.
They have the Raid.
Like
we have Spider-Man.
That's nothing, bro. Like that really ain't nothing. Like that Raid will have like I give it like a month or a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks tops, where like it'll be decent to run, but like after that, bro, about to be the same thing.
Well, I mean that's the problem, right? Is the Raid's gonna be good for like the first 2 weeks, and then you're off the game back until like what, January, February?
Yeah. And another thing with the rewards.
Right. That's what I was getting to next. Yeah.
that comment I saw in that stream, that shit.
Well, can anybody in here confirm this real quick? Is it guaranteed, or has it been confirmed that you can get, exotics per character for the Raid? Is that confirmed?
I think the conversation was it'd be per character, right? On a weekly reset.
Right. Yeah.
Ryan said per character.
Okay, cool. So
per character, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But I would like it to have it with a Raid. Like if you're running it, it could drop some gear, like we all know how to super Dathoid. You run it, after you complete the weekly, all you really get is a blue ISO and 10 upgrade modules. Like,
right.
what I'm gonna do with that? That ain't nothing. And that's my fear with the Raid, because I promise you on everything I love, that Raid comes out and after you complete that weekly, and all you get is 10 upgrade modules in a blue ISO, I'm flipping out. I promise to God,
bro. I'm cynical.
Can't let this happen.
They're not. I can't let this happen.
And then on Twitter, run into our defenses like Superman. Oh man.
God.
This man thought he was Ichigo for a second, bro.
Bro, but okay. But see, you know what? All of that still bring us back to with the changing gear, right? With the changing in the loot system. Well, not loot system, because we don't really have a loot system at this point. But okay, if we really do get the 10 upgrade modules, is that even going to be viable with how they fix, quote unquote, all of the way we acquire and spend our not consumables, but fragments and whatnot?
There's no way they're going to reward you with 10 upgrade modules after.
But why are you?
It's going to be 20.
What do we get for the OLT?
Oh, he's 50% more.
Like I said, it's going to be 20.
20 and 2 blue ISOs.
God. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I got something else to say about that too. I ain't lying. They need to change the whole Endgame loop. Because I downloaded Division 2 just to see like why I like really always go back to that game when it comes to like examples and stuff. Like Division 2 got it, so they like the way they got it structured, it is so perfect. They got a recalibration station, they got targeted loot, so you know where to go to get a certain exact thing you need to get, and you know where to get your weapons, the gear piece you need, especially with perks and all. Like you know exactly where to go in Division 2. And I'm like, they really need this in Avengers, because the loot is so randomized. Like you can just run any loot, any type of content, you'll get a damage buff. But it's the RNG is just so crazy. The fact you gotta just run anything, and then you gotta pray to the RNG guys that you eventually get like a damage buff on something. Then you gotta worry about if it's gonna have the right perks. Then you gotta worry about if it's got the right stats. Like it's
do they time gate? Do they time gate their loot in Division 2?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
So you can run it as many times as you need.
Like for the raid in Division 2, it is time gated. but you can run it back and still get some good gear from it, and good weapons and good gear from running the raid. And that's what I feel like they need to do. Because, say for instance, the OLT, of course we already know, we get 10 upgrade modules in a blue ISO. They had it set up where you could get like legendary gear or chance of that the exotic of dropping from when you complete the mission,
right?
Something like that. It would have made it more replayable, even though.
But then that gets to the other problem, which is that the OLT gear is trash.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's outdated gear. That's what the reason is. Okay, picture this. If the gear would have came out when Kate came out, when it was supposed to, with the the OLT would have came out when Kate came out, all that gear that would have came out with that would have been way higher than the gear that we got from Red Room, right? Well, not way higher, but at the time, you know what I mean? It would have been higher than what we were getting from the Mega Hives and whatnot like that in the last Avengers Standing. But then the Red Room came out before the OLT, which gave us God Roll gear with 70 and 80 plus, Valor and Resolve and whatnot. So when they finally released the OLT, all of that gear was outdated. Everything we had was better than it. Literally everything we had was better.
It's really the perks. The perk for the OLT gear is for enemies that don't exist in the game yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem with the gear is that the perks just don't line up with the things that we have already in the game right now, right? They've given us the tools to be really powerful really quickly, and then the problem is how do you kind of stretch content out and provide rewards that are beneficial and substantial when players already have the best stuff already in their hands, right? That's the issue with kind of everything going on now, and it's kind of why even though what they did with the Tachyon Surge was kind of gross and kind of disgusting, they should have communicated that. Over the health of the game, should Tachyon Surge probably be nerfed a little bit? Probably, yeah. It's just the way they go about it is kind of the grossest part of it. You know what I mean?
Okay, that can be the next thing that can be our next topic right there. We got two members of the Avengers Illuminati in here, which are Laajune and HighRuler. And we've got us outsiders, my boy Trix and Twin over there, Sadot. But can we all agree, even with you guys getting the info that you get, and then you relay it to us, that in the last since the game dropped, bro, the communication with this game has been, you know what? Fire or trash? Communication. We'll start with you, Laajune. Fire or trash? HighRuler. Fire or trash?
With what? Sorry?
Communications from I'm not going to point any names out, but from, we'll say, Avengers game, the people who are in charge of communications. Fire or trash?
I've always said that the communication has been lacking since day one, almost. Right?
It's fire or trash. It's fire or trash.
Fire or trash, sir.
Fire or trash.
What does fire mean? What does trash mean? Trash means I'm throwing it in the trash, and fire is what I'm burning it.
Oh my god! TrixRidiculous. Fire or trash? Okay, bro. Fire is good. Trash is bad. Okay, is the communication fire or trash?
Oh, trash. Yeah, communication sucks.
Trix?
Trash.
Twin?
Fire.
Boy, stop. Okay, dude.
It's the Thor the Dark World of
That's what it is. Sandra shot me. Stop. Anyways,
it's underrated.
Dude, okay, what could they do? Anybody can answer this question. I don't even care who answers this question. Somebody give us something. But what could they do to make their communication better? Because right now, with the stealth nerfs and Tony Bing having to find stuff out and let us know we're all in agreement. It's trash. So does anybody have any ideas besides them just telling us the damn truth that they could do? Go ahead, Sadot, bro. Go ahead.
I do. What they can do, right, is they can type in reddit.com/outriders or outriders, and they can look at what their community manager is doing.
I don't have popcorn, but I got
and has been doing since Outriders launched. That gentleman dealt with a subreddit that went from, "Oh, this game is so amazing. This is so refreshing," to, "This is terrible. Fuck this game." He went through it all. He went through it all. Despite all that, he consistently drops little essays explain when they have a patch. You get a freaking novel about what's in the patch, why the stuff is in the patch, what you want in the patch, what they're thinking of doing in future patches.
So they got a roadmap pretty much.
No, I was going to say, doesn't he also kind of update the community on like various fixes that they're working on and stuff like that?
Yes.
Like, yeah. And he's actually really good. I pop over there sometimes. He's actually pretty good.
He responds in the thread after he just wrote all that stuff. He responds to questions in the thread. And when the community got a little bit too toxic, because there were people who were like taking stuff he would say out of context and making YouTube videos for clickbait, he put his foot down and said, "Yo, don't do that. That's not cool. This is what I actually said. Don't do that. Don't spread fake information." But he still did his job. He didn't walk away. He didn't be like, you know what? The subreddit is a bit too toxic for me. I'm just not going to post here anymore.
Wow.
He did his job even when people were toxic. And you know what happened? They put out patches. They made the game better. They kept the communication going. And what do you know? The whole subreddit did a 180. And people suddenly had a positive view about the game, despite the fact that quite literally it didn't work. There were people who spent the first month of Outriders after paying $60, not even being able to sign in. And they went from that to freaking loving the game because they got consistent communication. Even no matter what, they were transparent. They took feedback. They actually responded to the feedback and put that feedback in the game. And they didn't have to gaslight anybody. They didn't have to make shit up. He was straightforward the entire. Whenever stuff was getting too toxic, he was able to communicate, "Hey, this ain't cool. Don't do that." But at the same time, I understand we can do this better. I can do this better. We'll work on that.
Say that, man. Ruler, you look like you got something you want to say.
That's how you're communicating.
No, I mean, I started my channel talking about the communication. Anyone who's known me knows that I've dunked on communication since almost day one. So I would agree, like more transparency, more open dialogue. More better. I even said in the last video, like a patch notes that has like 5 lines isn't a patch note, right? It's a small little blurb at that point, right? Detailed patch notes, stuff that goes into breaking down the numbers, even stuff that really provides clarity and consistency to the community is always going to be beneficial at that point, right? And I would agree that like open up those lines of communication throughout whichever means of communication you want to is good. So I mean, yeah, like shout out to the guy who does Outriders. I know there's other community managers elsewhere who do really good jobs. And it's not to say the guys here at Avengers don't do good jobs either, because like I've had those conversations with them. So I mean, I can understand there's probably stresses to the job dealing with an IP like Marvel. So I mean, at the end of the day, though, I do think when it comes to communities and open dialogue, you do have to kind of bring in the community for these conversations, much to the point of the consumable stuff, right? Like a live service game isn't just about players going to the community managers or the developers or the people at, making the decisions. Those people also have to open up the dialogue to go the other way, right? It's part of a live service and a beneficial relationship between the players and the developers at that point, right?
Exactly.
And for a long point of time, it's only ever felt like communication goes one way, right? So on Twitter today, I just had someone who runs an Xbox Center podcast who was like, "Okay, guys, so how do I communicate to the developers, right? How do I kind of go and voice my concerns, right?" And the problem with that statement is that it's very loaded, right? Because the understanding is that like you don't feel like you're being listened to at that point because there's never really kind of a response there, right? So you could say all of the things you want to say, but there's never really kind of a response there to kind of acknowledges what you're saying. And I think that's kind of the issue sometimes, is that people just want to hear the response to what you're saying. They don't want to just kind of talk to the void and not have the void talk back at that point, right? So I think at that point, whatever communication is there needs to be improved. Whatever kind of hurdles are there need to be removed. And then they got to figure out a way to kind of open these lines of dialogue with the people who, XEP, there he is, Xbox Expansion Pass. So, and then open up those lines of communication going forward, because you're obviously going to get the dickheads and the trolls and the assholes who kind of like, take people who are acting in good faith and kind of like, yeah, fuck you guys. But there are genuine people there who want to kind of get input into their game, kind of make it better and kind of make it as good as it can be. And those are the people who are losing out on kind of like talking to the void, and the void doesn't talk back, essentially, right?
Boom. Trix, you got any suggestions or anything you want to say about the communication, my guy?
Man, how do I follow that up? I mean, I'm not like the kind of guy who goes like deep into all the community stuff that's going on all the time. But like, I've followed other games. I'm not super familiar with the Outriders one, but I've been following Destiny from the very beginning, and they back like Destiny 1 way back in the day, all the way back, they were bad. Like they were not good. It was a rocky launch. Awful. But fast forward today, I mean, the game's been the IP has been out for like 7 years now. Fast forward to today, you look at any patch notes from that game, and it is like a book. They give you every little thing, every tiny detail they change into any class, any weapon, any archetype, whatever. It's all getting changed. So it takes some time. So you gotta look at it a little bit like that. But at the same time, like the blueprint's there for them. Right. And they can see, like, there's no need for them to make the same mistakes that other live service games have made, kind of blazing the trail for them. But at the same time, it's like you can't be nerfing things like Tachyon Surge and just not even put it in. That's like a hard stop, right?
Right. Exactly. No, like my biggest issue was, we all knew, I can say my biggest issue, but one of the issues I had with this week, because I call it Marvel's Hell Week for as I'm concerned. But one of the biggest issues I had was 12 minutes before the live stream, guys, we're not having a stream today. And I love Andy to death, but that was very unprofessional. And to just put it in your Discord where maybe 10% of your fan base and your followers are actually at, like, a lot of people don't even know what a Discord is, bro. You know what I mean? So they need to, for one, communicate on a broader standpoint. Put it in your blogs, put it on your Twitter where you have, 20K, 30K followers or whatnot, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I think not only is the communication bad, it needs to be more open, to come from more spaces. You got the Instagrams. Put everything you're saying in your Discord, put it on all your platforms so everybody can see it. You know what I mean?
So
Go ahead.
I don't know the rules around the Twitter itself, but just a quick, and I might throw Andy under the bus here or someone under the bus here, so I'm going to apologize. So when it comes to their social media, it's actually very restrictive. So for example, when I did the 2-man Captain America, there was talk about kind of retweeting that onto the account, right? But unfortunately, they're very restrictive of what gets posted to that account. They actually couldn't post that because I'm standing there swearing my head off, fuck this, fuck right. You know what I mean? I don't actually know the rules around the actual Twitter account itself and the rules that kind of dictate what you can or can't post. But it seems like it might actually be restrictive because of that. So I don't know if they can actually post a lot of that stuff, because if they can't post like a fan clip, where admittedly I am kind of swearing, I don't know what they can or can't post at that point either.
I know they can definitely post that they're having a dev stream because they've done it before.
Right. Sure, yeah, sure. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm not talking about posting.
Right. No. I'm just saying,
I'm talking about actual information. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I know that. I mean, to be fair, there's really not much information that they do post in the Discord. Like you go to announcements as, hey, there's a dev stream today, or hey, the dev stream is canceled. You go to the patch notes, it's, hey, we just hear the patch notes. They share that. They share it on Twitter. Like, they're not like doing deep dives on the Discord. So that's why I always was wondering why they don't consistently send people to the dev streams. Like that seemed like there were people I would be talking to people on their Twitter in the comments sometimes, and I'd be like, oh yeah, they mentioned this thing because they'll have a question like, oh, why isn't this or with this? I'm like, oh yeah, on the dev stream they said that, and they'd be like, what dev stream? What are you talking about? Yeah, it seems like it'd be helpful if more people knew about the dev stream and they would know that they do give out information. Well, sometimes they do when they do give out information that's not soon, or we'll look into that. People would like to know some of this, like because we take this for granted because we're so deep into this, but there are a lot of people who follow their other socials who are missing a lot of information because they don't send people to these sources.
Well, ideally, that's what the development update is supposed to be about on the blog, right? Like, development update should be kind of like a recap of things that they're working on, but unfortunately, it's kind of not the greatest as well, right?
Like 2 sentences. Hey, we're working on a roadmap. Dev update over. Like, okay.
Yeah, like the idea should be it's a multi-pronged approach, right? So it's like people who can tune into dev streams, people who read the weekly blogs. The unfortunate reality is like for dev stream people, sometimes it's like you said, a soon or we can't speak about it. And then for the weekly blog people, it's like the development updates aren't really that fleshed out anyways, right? So
I mean, they could quite literally someone every time there's an actual dev stream, someone posts in the subreddit the full recap. Like I'll literally live stream. I'll watch along with my subs. We'll watch the dev stream. I'll hop over to the subreddit, and by the time I get there, the full notes are already posted. By
Billy, Billy, right? Yeah, shout out Billy B.
they can't put that in the blog and retweet it.
Yeah, so he does have all of the notes. Like, like if I miss the streams and whatnot, if I'm at work, I literally can go to Billy and get everything that I should be able to go to an official Avengers site to get. That's communication. What you talking about, June?
Like, I mean, like what Saz said with the Outriders, because like I really like the way they do it, because like say for instance. So you seen with the Fortress perk, how they changing that?
Yeah, they're going to change. They're going to kind of readjust the Fortress perk because it's so overpowered, right?
Yeah, like they could have like did something like that for like Tachyon Surge. Before they went to change it, they stated that they see what's going on with Tachyon Surge. Get our opinions about it. Let us, just let it soak in for like a week or two. Then they can give us updates on what they're going to do with it. And all that, see if people agree with it or not. If they do, they're good. If they don't, they can just see what they can do to tweak it a little bit. But doing stuff beforehand will probably be the way for them to go with it, especially with Hulk. They could have done the same thing with Hulk, Tachyon Surge. What else they nerfed? Okay, I can't remember. I know it was Hulk and Tachyon Surge.
The Kamala Embiggen?
Yeah,
Embiggen.
They're going to nerf Thor soon. They're going to nerf the 3 Thor.
They nerf
Laajune. You know what's going to happen.
Iron Man's animation cancel.
Oh, shut up. No one knows about that, right?
Nah, man. We all knew the nerf is coming for that, but I'm actually surprised that it hasn't came for that yet.
I know.
And the Hulk, and they have to do another Hulk nerf because the other nerf they did, the battery effect nerf, that's back in the game. That's back in the game. With the Sonic.
And Harry hit 1 million with the Hulk again, so they're gonna nerf him again now. So they're gonna find a way to nerf him, bro. So hold on real quick, guys. Let me do these 2 shout outs. Shout outs to Aquatones, man, for the super chat. We greatly appreciate it, boss. Thank you. He says great stream and everyone is spitting facts. And also shout out to the Dober Squad. They said they need to hire you guys for moral business tactics. And the fact that Insomniac is rumored to make an online game is fire. So I agree. That is fire, yo. That is very fire. Yep. Jay Shoutblast says, leave my Thor alone, yo. Leave him alone.
What's up, Jay? It's happening, bro. It's happening.
Oh man. Okay, so we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Anybody got anything they want to get off their chest right now? I mean, I don't have a game plan for the night. I just wanted us to talk. So anybody got any grievances or any good shit? Because we've been talking a lot of negative, but I know we all love the game. We all play the game. We all, you know what I mean, we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for this game. You know what I mean? So is there anything like you're looking forward to? Let's go that route for a little bit. You know what I mean? Then we'll take some questions and we can call it a night after that if y'all want to. It's up to y'all though. So let's start with you, Ruler, bro. Is there anything you're looking forward to or anything you're like super, I ain't gonna say super stoked because there's really nothing to be super stoked about. But I mean, the future is the future. It's imperfect, bro. So let's go, you know?
I mean, like the raid hopefully is very cool. I mean, Spidey's going to be pretty cool as well. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that you look at a lot of these things where it's like there's cool things on the horizon, but it's like it's kind of masked in all this kind of like feelings of just being down about a lot of the other stuff, right? So I mean, like, yeah, like I'm excited about the raid, I'm excited about Spider-Man, but then it's like, how long after that until I get to be excited again about something, right? And so like. Right. I think ideally you just kind of take it as it comes at that point. So, you know, when the raid's here, you enjoy the raid. When Spider-Man's here, you enjoy Spider-Man. And then you just wait until the next thing at that point, you know? But yeah, I mean, like, obviously those are the next few things. I imagine the answers might be the same for everybody at that point, you know? So.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's go, Trix.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, those are the only two things we really know, right? Is the raid and Spider-Man. I mean, I'm actually like pretty optimistic about the raid, maybe more so than a lot of people. Again, I kind of, I'm coming from that Destiny background,
Right.
so like, I mean, we don't know. Maybe I'm giving a lot of credit here about how a raid is going to be in this game, right?
Yeah.
But like realistically, what do we need in this game? Is we need endgame content, right?
Right.
And this is the end game content. We know that it's like a completely new space. It's not a rehash mission. It's not anything like that. It's got raid like mechanics, whatever that means to them. And being able to do it on every character, that's like I promise you, that's more than you think. Like, yeah, I can tell you, I'm probably not going to do it 10 times a week,
Right.
So I think we're definitely like, that's what I'm looking forward to. Like the Omega level threat wasn't it. And I don't think it was ever meant to be like it, but I'm hoping the game can kind of shift to that paradigm where like the raid is the first thing you do, right? Like you're like, I need to do the raid on this character, and then like anything else you do in the week is like additive to that, like the raid is the top thing. And then in addition to that, I'm hoping it opens up the game a little bit more to that 4-player content, right? Where like right now it's just, there's no teamwork, there's no coordination, there's no, being a tank doesn't mean anything, being a support barely means anything.
Yes.
Every single person is just doing as much damage as they can, and that's the game, right? But hopefully there could be a little bit of a team aspect with the raid, so hopefully that'll be the case. And like if you look at a game like Destiny, they only launch a raid like once, maybe a few times a year, and people are still playing raids from years ago. So a good raid can hold the game over from an end game perspective, I think, for pretty long. But they got to get the loot right too. If the loot is ass, forget it. There's no point. It'll die faster than anything. Yeah.
So okay, can I just interject quickly? So what do you do? What do you do now with the loot to kind of make that loot worth it, right? Damage buff, Jarvis barrier. What do you do from there on to kind of make loot worthwhile, right? Because like people would agree there's probably like a trinity of perks to get, now probably a duality of perks to get, right? So like what do you do at that point? If you're designing the loot for the raid, what do you do to kind of make it worthwhile over a long period of time?
Let me go on that one. Picture this, dude. Me and my crew, me and the squad were actually talking about this. So this is actually perfectly, because like, okay, right now you've got, your damage buffs and your, Jarvis barrier, right? And everybody thinks that's the holy mecca, right? But think about this, like Trix was saying, because we discussed all of this. There's characters that can literally sit in the background and support the shit out of you and put out good damage at the same time. Your Hawkeye, people use Hawkeye as a S tier character, but Hawkeye is really a long distance support character. He's meant for spreading statuses, right? So you want to get something like a potentiator on Hawkeye. You want to make sure your defense is cool. So you might want to get an invulnerability buff on like a faultless invulnerability buff. So you're throwing out your statuses while you're helping yourself, and you drop your healing arrow, get back to the background and throw it out there again. So we actually have great perks in this game already. They're underused because we don't use the roles of the characters, bro. Like Trix was saying, like with Kamala, yes, she's a super healer, but she's also a tanky healer. She can put out her damage, she can absorb stuff, and she can she's literally the best healer in the game. You know what I mean? So you want to run her in the raid. That's somebody you want to run in the raid. You want to put on a damage buff on her. You want to make sure she has a Jarvis barrier. You want to make sure she has a certain potentiator for whatever her power set is, you know what I mean? And you're golden. So we've got the perks. We just need to use our characters the way they were intended, but that's not our fault. That's the makers of the game, because they never gave us the in-game content to use it. So everybody's glass cannon. You know what I mean? I'm watching a Laajune video, clap like this, you can kill somebody in 5 seconds.
I also don't think we really have the perks either. For what I'm thinking. So other than Marvel's Avengers, the looters that I played most over the last year are Outriders and Ghost of Tsushima. Now, which is hilarious because Ghost of Tsushima managed to be a better looter than Avengers, and it's a single player game. But what those two games have on their loot are a couple of things that this game definitely could use. So in the case of Outriders, they have armor bonuses. You get gear belonging to a set, and if you have a certain amount of pieces from that set, you get additional perks. So you're incentivized to go farm for that set. Also,
division.
Also, you have perks that suit the character. A perfect example that I love to use is in Ghost of Tsushima. I like to run with the hunter. The hunter is basically the archer. You're long distance, you're shooting with the arrows and everything like that. The hunter has a legendary gear piece on the arrow. It's called Skipping Stone Bow. And the Skipping Stone Bow allows you to ricochet a headshot to a nearby enemy. And it combines with the skill that it already has on the hunter, which allows you to gives you a 50% chance that a body shot counts as a headshot. So you obviously want to farm that gear piece because it's perfectly suits your character. It's completely useless on any other character. It's very unique though.
It's a unique today. Right. And I think every style of game like this, when you have, when you're actually collecting loot and whatnot, you should be able to get like either team bonuses or like namesake bonuses for your, like, you get 4 exotics of the same, they're all, you should be like one of the most powerful characters on the damn planet, right? But how is there a legendary piece that I can put in there that makes me way more OP than having 4 of the same, hive mind seek, gear pieces or whatnot? So anybody explain that? Like, does that even make sense to you guys? Like,
because they copy because they came up with the perks for the legendary gear and the epic gear, and they said, hey, those perks that came up for the epic gear, those are kind of fine. Let's copy and paste them to the legendary gear. Oh, we need exotics too. Oh, those perks are pretty good that we came up with for the epic gear. Let's copy and paste that on the exotic gear and just increase the stats a little bit. And then they call it a day.
Damn. It's such a mishmash, like of like what's exotic, what's legendary, like all the gear perks. It's like you look at the unique perks in the game and they could be on anything, like there's all sorts of perks. I mean, some of them, like good examples would be like Widow, or crits from behind, right? The belt, like that's a good example. Like that's a very unique perk to Widow. You see these exotics that you get from the Omega level threat, and it's just, they could be anything. They're like nothing, right? There needs to be more like character specific bonuses on these exotic pieces, and it really doesn't have to be much, honestly. Like it could be like combining 2 perks together, like let's say the Thor triple God Blast with the thing. If that wasn't a glitch already, like that could be an exotic. Like you exotic, you get 3 charges, and then you also can equip the other one. That could
like in Division, like like if you equip, it's like an exotic tier loot. Like it comes with the gear perk. So if you got 3 of the exotic perks, you get like a bonus. Like that could be something like that. Yeah. We can have 3. If you got 3 of the exotic piece and the gear set, bonus, you can have 3 God Blasts. Like that's nice right there. And another one, I just thought about this while y'all was talking. That's why I was so quiet. So say for instance, they had an exotic set for Hulk where you need like 3 pieces, something like that. And when you activate Bone Shaker, how you get the defense buff and all that. You can, once Bone Shaker is activated, you give your teammates like a 20% defense buff for like 10 seconds or like 15 seconds, something like that. And that could be like an exotic like perk, I guess you could say, for like having 3 equipped. That could be nice. That's like an example I thought of. I think that would be really nice. I don't know if it's I think I like, in my opinion, I think I like it. To having something like that, giving a defense buff to all your allies, just to make it more different. Say if you like it, some hard content, some people need like, some people probably glass cannon. That extra like 20% buff when Hulk activate Bone Shaker would come in clutch. So since you could just tank a lot of damage. So I don't know. I feel like they can really work on that gear when it comes to perks, because there's a lot of creative stuff they can do.
Yeah, like giving Captain America a gear perk that actually does something when enemies are taunted. Because why does he taunt if none of his gear does anything to taunt enemies?
Yeah, I stand by the fact that Captain America should be able to block red attacks. I like how they gave it to Black Panther as soon as he came out, but Cap still can't do it.
He can he do it with you?
Once he's in his
in your Brooklyn
Brooklyn Brawler, can't you? You still can't?
I do.
No, you can reflect. You can reflect the Unibeam. You
got to change your. You got to change the skill. I have a Captain America build. I did it in the one against the 170 harm.
Oh, I'm tripping. I said the wrong thing. I meant he should get unlimited.
Okay.
That would be yeah. My bad. That would be it. Like if you could, then it would actually be a tanky build, right? Imagine if that's a perfect example, right? He should be able to block reds like all the time without the perk, right? And then, or at least while he's in Brooklyn Brawler, and then the perk should be when he's in Brooklyn Brawler, you have unlimited block intrinsic. That way, you can actually be a tank for the duration of the Brooklyn Brawler. It's a totally separate build than the takedown Brooklyn Brawler. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I hear you.
So, something like that. I mean,
well, you know what? They kind of have that a little bit in the game. You know, just a little bit. Like I know when you get the one piece for Hawkeye, it adds your, the extra split shot and whatnot. Extra arrows to your split shot, or you can get the one piece that adds an extra not warp arrow, but tornado arrow or whatever you want to you're using in your skill tree or assault attack. So they got it in the game just a little bit, but it needs to be more prevalent. It needs to make a little bit more sense and have it, mean something when you're able to grab that. You know what I mean? Because I got an extra, assault, but shit, whatever, it doesn't work unless you're a Thor. You know what I mean? I can use just 2 of those naturally that Hawkeye has without no issues. So that's all I'm saying. But real quick, guys, this is I read something about HighRuler was saying something about this in his tweet longer earlier. And it's about boycotting the marketplace. JX22 says we should stop giving money to the marketplace. Their corporate shenanigans have gone so far that it's impinging on the fun of the game, and we should do something about it so they'll actually listen. How do you guys? Go ahead, Ruler. You ready, bro? I see.
I mean, I said it on my tweet longer, which at this point you have to do what is comfortable for you to do, right? So for me, not really playing the game, probably won't pick the game back up until the date that the raid comes out and Spider-Man comes out. But for a lot of other people, it's either they don't mind, they don't care, so they're going to continue to play the game. But if it's something that actually bothers you, then you kind of have to do something other than just kind of say it bothers you, right? So if that means you're not going to play the game, don't play the game. If you don't want to spend money, don't spend money, right? Or if you don't care about any of it and you still want to play, still play, right? No one should be able to tell you or whoever it is what it is that you do with your time or your money. You can only go by your convictions and what really matters to you at that point. So,
okay, June.
So look, when it comes to that marketplace, it is interesting. Honestly, like I'm not that big on cosmetics, to be honest. Like if a skin looks cool, I'll get it. It's whatever. But I feel like honestly, for them to really like see that people mean it, of course, if it bothers you, like I would have said, show that you mean it. Just don't get it. The stuff in the marketplace. But it honestly really does just depend on the person. Because if you feel bothered by it, take action. If you don't, if it doesn't really bother you like that, just get it and just play the game, have fun, do what you do. And that's how I feel.
Tricks.
Here's the thing. People complain that the skins cost 1,400 credits. They only cost 1,400 credits because they sell at 1,400 credits. Mm-hmm. If you go on the forums and complain about prices, complain that this skin isn't the one you wanted, this, that, the other, but yet you go on and still buy it, what do they care what you're complaining? Right. You need to vote. You need to vote with your dollars. All right. They know how much every individual costume makes, right? They need, like, if you legitimately don't want to spend any money for whatever reason, maybe you just, it could be individually or just in general, that's what will talk. Like if they see that a skin is not selling for a certain dollar amount, like across the board, like there's no numbers for it, that's what's going to like force some change. Not people crying on the subreddit, but then Crystal Dynamics is raking it in anyway.
Right. You're right, dude. Sadot, you want to interject on this one?
Now, personally, I'm done spending money in the marketplace for now. I'm a guy that doesn't mind when if a game has microtransactions. I've always pushed back against people that were like, "Oh, why isn't it free?" Because money. Come on, guys. But my problem is when you're not transparent. Like if I'm buying NBA 2K22, I know exactly what kind of game I'm buying. I know what I'm getting into. I know
you're helping Ronnie 2K get his next shoes for his wall there, boy.
I know exactly what it is. Now, and Marvel's Avengers was not promoted as an NBA 2K type of game. At the same time, I recognize it is a business. So when they said that, free DLCs forever, I'm like, okay, a little naive, but okay. They thought they were going to be, the next Genshin. They thought they were going to be big like Genshin Impact, and I mean, obviously that didn't help. That didn't happen. So realities change. So with that said, if you, like HighRuler said, if you are someone that doesn't like what they just pulled with the XP boosters, like I too feel that way, then vote with your wallet, because at the end of the day, games like complaining on the subreddit or whatever does nothing, because games like this very much calculate exactly how much of the player base they need to buy their skins. They always cater to a small percentage of the player base, aka the whales, and they essentially dictate the stuff that you see in the marketplace. If something is not selling, they're not going to do it. Like I remember they tried to be slick one week and charged $10 for emotes, and obviously it didn't go very well in their analytics, because the next week that shit was gone. I even made fun of it on my stream because I'm like, bro, they really charge us $10 to see Iron Man clap. Like, fuck out of here, bro. What is that?
Nah. With me, if I know some of y'all come check out the stream sometimes, but y'all don't know I'm sitting with 3,800 something credits that I've been sitting there with for a minute, because I personally boycotted the marketplace when they just kept giving us quality, like seriously quality ass MCU skins, but we had nothing to do. Like I could go fly around with my new Mark III for 5 minutes and take some pictures, and it'll be a Fashion Nova TV show, though. You know what I mean? I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So until we get content, is a kind of where I'm at with it. And I'm not telling anybody else to do that. I'm not telling any your fans, my fans, my subs, your subs, anything like that. I'm just saying, me personally, until I get something to do in my Fashion Nova Mark III outfit, I'm not spending the money on it, bro. I'm just not.
And where's the emote wheel? Jesus Christ. Xbox Expansion Pass is right. How do you have an emote wheel with $5 emotes in the marketplace?
An emote wheel should be an absolute mandatory from the start of the game. It should be in the game. And if you have emotes in your game, you should launch the game with an emote wheel. You'll sell more emotes.
You really will.
That's what's so confused me this whole time. Like I understand why we don't have a recalibration system, because you can't put the recalibration system in the marketplace. I get it. I understand. But why don't you have an emote wheel? You sell emotes.
Seriously though, I mean, just think about that. You would be able, if you could just clap 1 second, hit your Iron Man button on your chest 1 second, float in the air 1 second, all by just hitting the wheel. That would inspire people to.
That's literally why I stopped buying emotes. I'm like, why am I buying emotes if I can only equip them one at a time by pausing the game, moving over through the menu, scrolling through my emotes, like unpausing the game. What are you doing here?
Wakanda Forever has been equipped, and I don't think it's coming off, bro. I'm sorry.
We have an unfinished ping system. We have an unfinished champion system, and no fucking emote will. What are we doing here?
Working on cloning labs, man.
I think that's a myth, bro. That's a myth.
Oh, it's never coming out. It's never coming out.
It became a myth to me.
Are you guys actually trying to make me cry live or what?
bro.
Patrol mode, though. Seriously, patrol mode.
Yeah,
a real horde
mode.
mode. Like, anything, you know.
Patrol mode. Here's an unpopular opinion. Patrol mode would not be good in this game, and this is coming as someone who I played a lot of Marvel Heroes, Midtown Manhattan. You guys know that's the best mode in the game, right? It would not work in this game, not with the current system. You can only have 4 players. You cannot run into other players out in the wild. Okay, and you can't join in progress. Oh, yeah, so what are you gonna do? Like, and what are you gonna do? You're just gonna fly around and pick up chests, and then maybe fight Taskmaster out in the future wasteland and get the gear that he's already dropped 100 times for you before? It would be dead on arrival if that's how they launched it.
Well, that's probably why they delayed it. That's why they delayed it, right?
I mean, true.
Aqua said cloning labs is cap, y'all. Oh, God. Cloning labs, is it coming, June?
It's a myth. It's a myth.
Really, is it coming?
Honestly, at this point, it's probably going under like serious rework. So if you do see it, it's probably not to like the middle of next year.
Okay. Sadot is coming?
It's launching with She-Hulk.
Oh, the sarcasm is real with this one. Is it coming? Is it coming, Trix?
No, it's not coming. They definitely ditched it. They say every time that more content's coming that they've got limited resources, which is probably true, to work on higher quality content. They definitely have all hands on deck on new stuff, and the cloning labs is something from the past, and it's gone.
Damn. I could believe that, though. I could believe that. I mean, it would be nice to get it still, you know, just to have it as content. I mean, we probably wreck it, and it would be easy to us at this level of the game.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, but just do it. Right?
It wouldn't make sense story wise right now because it was supposed to be the penultimate like reassemble piece because it was all the villain sectors we do, they're all clones. Yeah. So it's the that we find this thing and we put a squash to it. But now it's like we're way past that.
I mean, they might as well at this point, though. I mean,
at this point, why is this a why not question? I mean,
whatever. We already got time travel, so it's there you go.
Story portion. Dude, okay, the story. Let's talk about the story because this could be the last segment, real quick, guys. Because we've been rolling for like an hour and some change. I'm getting tired. I'm looking like y'all getting tired too. So let's talk about the story. The story going forward. Kree invasion. Captain Marvel. Anybody else coming with her or before her you see aside from I say War Machine and She-Hulk? That's kind of War Machine has been in the works since forever, and then you guys got the download info on She-Hulk. Y'all see anybody else entering the game before Captain Marvel and the Kree invasion besides those two?
I don't even think War Machine is coming. I think it's just going to
You don't think he's coming at all?
I think it's going to be She-Hulk and Winter Soldier, and that's it.
Okay. Without getting yourselves in trouble, Illuminati members at the top. They can't even answer that. Never mind. If you can't answer,
no. We don't know anything. Like
they know what we
don't.
Okay. When it comes to this, we know the same. We know the same amount when it comes to this.
Oh, okay. Look at you. He an outside Illuminati member on this list. Like
I am, bro. I got source. I got juice. I got juice. I know people.
Okay, Trix. You think anybody else coming in, brother?
Come on, no. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you got everyone thinks She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and Captain Marvel are like the ones that we definitely know are coming. But I think that's even like speculation at this point still, right? And honestly, this game needs a bigger banger. As much as I love the Winter Soldier personally, this game needs a bigger banger than the Winter Soldier, like ASAP, right?
Right.
Like, we need like a Wanda, a Doctor Strange, like an absolute A-lister
powerhouse, yes.
Yeah, like an actual character that people, the majority, care about. Like She-Hulk, Like when Kate Bishop came, no offense to Kate Bishop fans, but when Kate Bishop came and Hawkeye wasn't even in the game yet, people were like,
what?
like why'd you pick like the least known Marvel character in the world? And now they're gonna do that with a couple of additional ones. So.
I think I know why we have this lineup that we have. It's because probably someone in marketing were like, hey, Disney Plus has these shows come out. Let's make the characters from the shows in the game, and we can cross promote. So we got Kamala Khan, we got Kate Bishop,
Hawkeye. Yeah, you're right.
We got Winter Soldier.
Yo, you guys looking forward to that Disney Plus Hawkeye nameplate event? Shit's gonna be fire.
Oh, it's gonna be fire.
Yo, it's gonna be fire, yo. I can't wait.
Bro, you know how much I love nameplates?
It's gonna be fire.
June, anybody coming, bro?
Nah, I mean, not really. I like to, if they follow through the plan for next year, which I mean they said they would. I mean, they greenlight that content coming out next year. I mean, I could see Carol. That's pretty much it. The rest is like data mine and all that. But I can see since they introduced the Creed and all that. Well, not introduced them, but they even we know
they're in the game. They're in the game, and we got Sentinels. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm tripping. I forgot all about that. I did. I promise I did. But yeah, I mean that's the only one I could just have because they got the design for in the game too. What her like the concept
on the wall? Yeah, she's on the wall in Kamala's room. Yeah, you're right. A couple of designs. They got her Warbird outfit as well as her actual Captain Marvel outfit. So that's pretty damn cool actually. Ruler. Anybody coming? You think besides the three we named? Nobody.
No, I haven't, bro. The resources are limited. You know how long it takes them to do a character. There's no way they just did a about face and were like, hey, let's make a whole new character from the ground. Like, no, there's no way. Unless things get so bad on the analytic end that they were like, you know what, we're going to have to just scrap. Like, I already know She-Hulk is definitely a thing. I've heard the latest leaks. She-Hulk is definitely a thing. Maybe they'd be like, you know what, maybe we scrap Winter Soldier or because we need a hit in 2022. So maybe they'd be like, scrap Winter Soldier, let's do Doctor Strange. Who knows? That's a massive long shot.
Right. I'm like, you got me like, whoa, really, bro? Really?
But I know it's probably not something they're going to do, but I think it's something that they should do. Like, She-Hulk makes sense to me, even though I don't think she's, the type of character they should lead off with, but I get it. She has a show coming out. You can cross promote. There are people who like She-Hulk. You get another female character in the game. Cool, wonderful, whatever. But Winter Soldier, I know people like Winter Soldier, but what's the point? He doesn't have a show. His show came out last year. Right. Why are we putting him in the middle of She-Hulk and Captain Marvel? Like this past year, we've gotten Black Panther. We're getting Spider-Man. Why are we going to go She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and then cap off of Captain Marvel? No, you need something in there. That's like
it's like you said. Grabber. It's like you said, they probably did it based on the shows and what they thought would be hot at the time, but they planned this out way back before they got super delayed, right? So
yeah, Winter Soldier just doesn't make sense now.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I would prefer I know the developing an actual character is the hardest part of probably the whole thing, but I would much prefer characters coming with very limited story if that means we get them slightly faster.
More characters.
I don't think every single character in the game needs to drive the main narrative forward.
Right. It could be so they just have the character still with the kit, but have a really short story like they did with War for Wakanda. Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
Literally, imagine this, like War Machine, right, is a good example because he's maybe. If they just released an iconic mission change, 3 missions, it was in areas we already have, and it was what War Machine did after A-Day, went into hiding, and now he comes back and he joins the Avengers. Doesn't move the story forward, but now he's on the team. Boom, done. And now we got a new character. Because you're not replaying those campaigns anyway. Who's replaying those?
Only for the stream, bro.
We'll take the content sooner if it's I'll take a character sooner rather than wait for the story to be finished that I'm going to play once.
Then hopefully in the meantime, they're also working on maybe a new game mode instead of spending extra time on the story for that character. Maybe horde mode instead.
Yeah, we got baited on horde mode though. Not for nothing.
Yeah.
We got baited. So how hard would it have been to just be infinite? Dude, what if it was just infinite with rewards as you go? That's it. Boom, done.
Yeah, but then that would be a thing that would make us want to play the game.
They can't have that. No,
you can't have us playing the game every day. What are you crazy?
It's got to go through.
You got to play once a week.
System, yeah.
You gotta log in on Thursdays, man.
That's marketplace reset day. You gotta have the players only come in on Thursday, so they can get those new skins.
All right, boys. Yo, guys, I have enjoyed the hell out of this little roundtable, man. If anybody else wants to host this again, the people actually said that we should do this again, so they liked it. I'm enjoying myself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Chat, hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. You guys want to say something before y'all go out, man? Start off, we can go with you, Laajune.
Man, this was enjoyable. It just chill back. We did for like an hour and like 12 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We was just chilling, just talking about the game. It's the vibe.
No tension, relax. You feel
you know me. But,
yes, sir. We chill. We know you, June, baby. We know, bro.
Well, I appreciate it for having me on, June.
Dog, thank you for coming on, my dude. You already know. Ruler, you want to say something to the people before you do, my dude?
Yeah, obviously, shout out to you guys for coming on and chatting today. To Doom, thank you for hosting. To everyone who watched, appreciate you guys. 140 people, man. It's a lot of people, so appreciate all you guys making some time out of your Saturday nights to spend it with us.
Man, dude, thank you for coming on. You're right, bro. This is like the biggest stream I've had yet. So thank you guys for watching us. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for helping me get this situated, bro. Trix, you want to say something for you, my dude?
Yeah, same thing, man. Thank you guys for doing this. This was great. Thank you for everybody watching. We'll definitely have to do this again. And yeah, I mean, I probably same as you guys. I mean, I'm done buying things in this game, but I'm definitely not done playing the game. So definitely still going to be covering this game. You know that. So check us out. Check all of us out on all platforms. You know that.
Definitely. I will definitely leave their links in the description. I did not do that beforehand, but I apologize, but I'll definitely get you guys links in the description box. Twin, you want to say something before you go, bro?
Yes, I do. I want to clear something up. I've said this in my videos. I said this on streams, but once again, I don't hate the devs individually. I always preface this by saying, if you're mad at a game company, it's probably something the publisher did, but that obviously doesn't absolve the devs that did do something wrong. But obviously, don't be a dick. Don't harass individual devs, and by harass, I mean actually saying something legitimately toxic, like I'll punch you in the face or anything stupid like that. Yeah. But I do have to say, Crystal Dynamics, stay off Twitter, bro. This is ridiculous. I should not be scrolling with all the stuff that's going on. I should not be scrolling through my timeline and seeing Crystal Dynamics devs sarcastically shit posting, talking shit about the community, talking shit about the players. Sure as hell should not be giving attention to a troll account with 200 followers, sending them DMs, telling them to stop posting videos because they make you look bad. That's a terrible look. It makes everything way worse. Block that moron. Move on. It's not helping the situation. Stop it. Stop
Seriously. Well, damn.
That's all.
Damn.
All right, we ended on that.
Yeah, I'm like,
I couldn't be a dev, bro. I would have blocked him immediately.
Yeah, you know what? Shout out to the actual devs and the moderators that's dealing with all of that right now. Because notice not one of us up here on this panel today said anything foul about any dev. We know what it takes. We know it's actually not your fault. You're just a mouthpiece. We get that. You know what I'm saying? It actually sucks to be you. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Yes, when everything is going great, you guys are flying high. When shit hits the fan like it did this week, you guys gonna have to. I'm sorry. That's all I apologize on behalf of our community, because that's toxic. That's what's happening to you guys. So, anyways, man, I digress. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. We will do something like this again, whether it be on June's or
this motherfucker's in the chat too.
Oh, Avengers hate.
Bro. He's
Facts.
a troll, bro.
Facts,
He's
bro.
a troll, bro. Why you're a blue check mark.
Stop.
Following this dude, bro.
Stop, bro. Just let it go. Laissez les bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Peace out, people.